How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to the cafe. Today we're diving back into that freewheeling, chaotic corner of gaming that's been glossed over by many a video game enjoyer. And that is the Wild West of unlicensed video games. Specifically today, we're taking a look at games that try to make bank off of the names of movies by DreamWorks Animation while also skirting copyright laws because, well, they don't have to adhere to them. I've done videos on Pixar bootlegs in the past, and a DreamWorks bootlegs video was pretty highly requested by my community, so that's what's on the menu today here at the cafe. Now, DreamWorks gave us some incredible movies like Shrek, Madagascar, How to Train Your Dragon, Ants. They all have their own official video games as well, at least most of them do, but today we're looking beyond that. We're peeking behind the curtain at what lies in the outer crust in the land of bootleg games. So strap in, grab something to eat like some rotisserie weed rat, and come along with me. Will these be good or will they be bad? We're about to find out. Let me check in with my friend Legally Ambiguous Bootleg Shrek and see what's coming up.
Hello.
Hey, Legally Ambiguous Bootleg Shrek, what do we have today?
It is called I Have Donkey, but he talk about waffle.
Yeah, but what about the games we're going to be playing today?
Princess at the castle needs swap back to me. Gold glitters all star.
Just tell me about the damn bootlegs!
Video game. Yes, from the game store. 100 real, high quality, not fake DreamWorks game.
Are you okay? You sound a little off.
It's never ogre until it is ogre.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to do this one solo. DreamWorks bootlegs, let's go. The majority of the games we're going to be looking at today are from one source, and that source being a clandestine development group, TOF, which consisted of Russian homebrew developers TLT and Sorry, which was actually an early pseudonym for VMV, who was responsible for such titles as Angry Birds in Russia, and that infamous Felix the Cat bootleg. Yep, that one where Felix peels his face off like a sweet potato on Thanksgiving. Many TOF hacks were localizations of games into the Russian language, but they also went the extra mile to throw in a marketable franchise, and changing graphics to reflect the franchise they're biting from. And according to the Bootleg Games Wiki, where I'm sourcing my info from here, TLT has gone on record actually as to say that many of the hacks were requested by Russian game publishers such as Simba's Video Games and Kudos. We've heard that name before too in this series. Let's start with old Shrek here. Shrek is a hack of Yogi Bear cartoon capers for the Mega Drive. It's a platform game where you control Shrek through 5 levels, navigating through several biomes such as grasslands and yes, swamps, in order to retrieve picnic baskets. Shrek replaces Yogi Bear, which is pretty much the only alteration in this entire hack. His sprite is from Shrek Hassle at the Castle on Game Boy Advance. The enemies you'll encounter are animals such as skunks and weasels. You'll also collect clocks throughout the levels, and collecting 100 of them will give you a 1-up. I only played this for about 30 minutes, and with my limited gamer skills, I couldn't get past level 2, so I couldn't explore beyond the first biome. So that's all for this one. Let's move on to Shrek 2. This is Shrek 2. Shrek 2 is a graphical hack and Russian translation of The Autofence for the Mega Drive. According to the Bootleg Games fandom wiki, the plot is as follows. Shrek goes in search of magic idols and falls into the cycle of the event. ... Shrek 2! You're spawned into an environment unlike anything in the actual Shrek 2. You're spawned into what looks like a kid's room with toy trains, building blocks, and toy airplanes that'll hurt ya. To combat enemies, you can either do the classic jump on their heads, or you can spit little ogre pellets at them. Isn't that lovely? Let me just say this, I don't even want to know what kind of nasty shit he's spitting. If you collect 3 popsicles in the level, yeah, I have no idea how this is supposed to pertain to Shrek, but if you collect 3 popsicles, you'll turn into what I can only call digital diarrhea and fly around the map. Yeah, it's weird. Once you get 50% of the gummy bears in the map, you'll be able to leave and advance to the next level. Again, I couldn't advance far in the 20 minutes I played, but you get the general idea. Makes my ass itch, too. Next game we're gonna be peeping our fucking little squinted, focused eyes on is Madagascar Operation Penguin. This texture hack is of Magical Hat no Batobi Tabo Daiboken, and if it looks kind of familiar to you, you're not completely crazy. Magical Hat had a Western localization called Decap Attack, of which a texture hack was made for Monsters, Inc. This game is basically Magical Hat, but Penguin. Are these gonna get any better? Maybe, maybe not. Who the fuck knows? Let's just keep going and see if we find a golden corn kernel in this pile of fecal fudge. To answer that, we look to Madagascar 3, which is a texture hack of a dinosaur's tail, which was a video game adaptation of the box office slump of a movie We're Back, a Dinosaur Story. The source game looks fine enough, pretty standard platformer for the Mega Drive, and even has some proto 3D levels thrown in. Madagascar 3? Stunted. The physics seem to be messed with a bit, and the projectile attack mechanic in the original dinosaur's tail seems to be stripped from the game. Not to mention, Alex's sprite looks like it came out of some analog horror series about a cursed Madagascar game. The story setting here is that Alex and the gang are shipped back to New York on a stage set and must get back to the zoo. As is tradition in bootleg games, the first level isn't the first level from the game is sourced from, it's from the middle of the game, namely the TV studio level. Here you'll come across demonic clapboards that you butt slam on and collect their soul bubbles from their carcasses. I don't know. Wow, would you look at that climbing animation? Absolutely beautiful. And you also have to avoid sandbags and film reels that have gone rogue. Again, limited game skills Andy here couldn't get past the first level, and I have a hunch that it might be because, I don't know, they stripped a fucking core attack mechanic from the game. Not very cash money of them if you ask me, but whatever. Wad this one up, wipe your ass with it, and throw it into the fecal receptacle, because it's not really worth your time trying to play. Kung Fu Panda, you know, the panda that does the kung fu and is voiced by Chicken Jockey. Did you remember that a Minecraft movie was released earlier this year? This hack is about as low effort as you can get. It's a hack of brutal paws of fury, and the only things really changed are the opening title and the sprite of the bear character to resemble Poe. I'll tell you though, either this game is really hard or I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing because I get stun locked by my opponent pretty much straight out of the gate when starting a match. I tried a few other matches to pretty much the same result. Next, Kung Fu Panda 2. You know, the panda that does the kung fu and is voiced by Chicken Jockey. Did you remember that a Minecraft movie was released earlier this year? This hack is about as low effort as you can get. It's a hack of brutal paws of fury and the... Wait a minute, they hacked the same game twice? You can't make this shit up! I guess they did put a little more effort into this version because of the addition of some other characters from the movie and a couple characters not from the Kung Fu Panda universe, like Buck from Ice Age or Balto for fuck's sake. Remember Balto from Kung Fu Panda? Again, stun-locked, cock-blocked, and pissed off. I'm done. So, that does it for all the DreamWorks games from TOF. As you can see, they're mostly low-effort, cobbled-together, straight-up slop. That's what this is, pirate slop. Since everyone's making terms that end with slop these days, this is what I'm calling this, pirate slop. Is there anything out there that's actually remotely unique? Someone please give me a sign. I'm taking a nap. I need to rest on this one. Wait, there's one more and we're done. Shrek Prezessin. Prezessin being a misspelling of the German word for princess, Prezessin, is a Game Boy Advance texture reskin of another bootleg game, Digimon Adventure by Syntax, which is a port of a Super Nintendo bootleg, Digimon Adventure by DVS, who, if you remember, was also responsible for the Bugs Life bootleg on Super Nintendo. Yeah, this bootleg lineage goes way back. It's a pretty standard platformer, but Digimon Adventure has a knack for being one of the most reskinned bootleg games out there. Let's just take a quick look at the different texture hacks for this one Game Boy Advance bootleg. Sonic 3 Fighter, Sonic Harry Potter 4, X-Men Armor of Might, Aladdin 2, Mario DX, Creature Fans 4, Lord of the Rings 4, Ultraman Prezessin, Donkey Kong 2, Digimon Ruby and Sapphire, Hulk 2, Lion King 2, Rayman 4, and there's Spider-Man 3. Oh, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, I guess. They're all reskins of the same bootleg, but sometimes the levels will be shuffled around. It's kind of bizarre and really in line with the shit you find out about when you go down the bootleg rabbit hole. But I tell ya, this game stinks of unfettered egg fart ass. I got about 45 seconds into the first level and came across an elevator platform here that I couldn't jump on no matter how hard I tried. I looked it up and even people long playing the game have a hard time making this jump, so I rage quit right after. So yeah, this is just another dookie dung diarrhea shart that can just be put in the toilet and flushed away. That's a DreamWorks movie that doesn't have a bootleg game. So what did we learn today, folks? A lot of bootleg games out there are done pretty quick and dirty. They're meant to cash in on worldwide sensational franchises and print money as quick as possible, as it's cheap and fast to repackage existing ROMs and tweak them just a little bit, just enough to piggyback off of what's in theaters or on TV, especially when it's countries like China or Russia that acknowledge copyright laws such as the US copyright laws through the Berne Convention. But the enforcement in the 90s in China and Russia were very weak and selective. It got better throughout the 2000s, but there are diamonds in the rough out there like demakes such as Toy Story or Super Mario World, or original games like Samari, but a large number of these bootleg games are slop like this. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by the cafe. This has been Jake, and I'm signing out now. I'm gonna go check on legally ambiguous bootleg Shrek and see if he's doing alright.